Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Shinrin Yoku, and Yurt Life, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, January 16th, 6 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. Hundreds of record lows being broke across the U.S., all the way down into the south along the Gulf of Mexico. Keep calm. It's boom time. Cold blast to persist for millions. This frigid weather isn't going anywhere yet for millions of people in the central and eastern U.S. Here is how cold it was over the last 24 hours. Those are record lows across the U.S., hundreds of them in dozens of states. Wind chill advisories issued as hard freeze is expected tonight for the South. What to know? More than 140 million people have been placed under wind chill advisories or warnings. Authorities are warning people to stay indoors and travel with caution. Almost 80% of the U.S. was experiencing sub-zero temperatures overnight. Schools across the country are closed today in many areas as a result. And at least 7 people are known to have died as a result of the cold weather, with several others suspected deaths. Wind chills will be taking the temperatures below minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit, could extend into the south, reaching the Mississippi Valley. Freezing conditions should alleviate tomorrow, but yet another blast of cold Arctic air is expected later this week. What a tweak. And there's snow associated with the winter weather. Massive storm dumps 3 feet or more of snow on 7 Colorado ski resorts. And Philadelphia area breaks its 2-year drought with over 1 inch of snow after 715 days without a single flake of the global warming goodness. New York ends record snow drought after 700 days as well. And record snowfall in Nashville? Yeah, the Music City surpasses its yearly average in less than 24 hours. Hours of powers. There you can see that snow on the ground as of 6 a.m. this morning, and it was, in fact, 8 inches for wide swaths of Tennessee and Kentucky, as well as West Virginia. And then you can see that snow in South Jersey, Philly, and New York. Holy macaroni. More snow is on the way. 87 inches of snow at American Resort means a ban on going outside. This is Utah's Little Cottonwood Canyon. They were forced to implement interlodge, which means it is against the rules to leave any buildings. And that was due to avalanche mitigation after 87 inches of snow fell since January 8th and 20 inches in the last 24 hours. Epic season out there in Utah. An ice jam and flooding is reported on the Yellowstone River in Paradise Valley, so heads up there. Arctic air remains across most of the country with heavy snow for the northeast and heavy precipitation for the northwest. Dangerous wind chills and record-setting cold temperatures continue for the center of our nation. Meanwhile, snow will accumulate across the eastern Great Lakes and northeast corridors through today. More lake-effect snow downwind of the Great Lakes are expected through midweek as well. An isolated severe thunderstorm is possible for central Florida today. A strong storm will approach the northwest as well. Look at the winter storm warnings and watches out for the northeast, the northwest, and frost and freeze warnings for the south. It's going to be a cold one. And here, let's take a look at that Arctic air. Here currently will be the 16th into the morning. That Arctic air will be lingering over many states. Here is your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. Some of the coldest temperatures coming into Pennsylvania there in the teens, and a chilly Florida is in the forecast. Let's walk through the GFS model for snow, and the new 18Z just came out. Here is Wednesday, that storm finishing up in the northeast, heaviest snow in Maine, as the other system drops down in the Pacific Northwest towards the Four Corners region. So I will walk it through you here one more time. Here is Wednesday into Thursday and Friday and Saturday into Sunday. That is the snowfall forecast for the next several days. Seismic update. No quakes of note. We have some activity kicking off just now. In Hawaii, 2.5 and an uptick there. Could be an imminent eruption. Over at Iceland, the eruption has come to an end, as well as seismicity over the last several hours. And here is today's update. There is currently no visible activity within the eruptive fissure, within the most recent lava observed emanating from the northern fissure after 1 a.m. yesterday. Seismicity continues to decrease, signifying that the area is stabilizing. Approximately 200 small earthquakes were recorded near the magma conduit since midnight, indicating that magma is still migrating. Most seismic activity is located near Hagafell, close to the first eruptive fissure that opened Sunday morning. At this point, it is premature to declare that the eruption is over. GPS sensors continue to detect ground deformation in and around Grindvik, illustrating that the magma conduit beneath Grindvik is still causing expansion in the area. Thermal images from a drone last night showed that fissures previously mapped southwest of Grindvik have significantly enlarged. Considerable hazards persist in the area. So this baby isn't over. Here is the most recent updated lava flow map as of this morning. We've got that up on our Twitter feed, or X, formerly known as Twitter, Oppenheimer Ranch Project at Diamond the Dave. Link will be below. Follow us there. And here we are live over at the eruption site. There is tiny little glowing spots here, no active eruption, and they've got the lights back on in Grindvik. Worldwide volcano news update, not much going on. Nevado de Ruiz to 19,000 feet today. Ducono, a wonderful, vigorous, ash-rich explosion. As that continues there, powerful activity from the volcano persists at Ducono. Liwatobi, 10,000 foot. And Popo to 22,000. Space weather news. We are at solar max for solar cycle 25, and the sun is completely quiet. Several sunspots pepper the disk, but no activity over the last 48 hours. Grand solar minimum much? Now, the James Webb Space Telescope detects an anomalous emission coming from a mysterious isolated space object. A brown dwarf floating around with no parent star has an aurora. I guess they're figuring out it's electric, aren't they? Quebec climate change conspiracy theorist, get this in case you missed the memo, pleads guilty to starting 14 fires. Brian Perret, 38, has pled guilty to starting 14 forest fires, including fires in Chapay and Lake Cavon at the courthouse in Chibougamau in Quebec. 2 of the 14 fires set by him had forced evacuations of around 500 homes in a region in June of 2023. How do you like them apples? And a jury orders Monsanto to pay nearly $1 billion to school children and their parents. Good news coming out there. A group of 7 former students and parents volunteers are reportedly set to receive a payout of nearly $1 billion after they were exposed to and sickened by toxic chemicals leaking from fish fixtures in the school. Specifically PCBs, which Monsanto basically invented and polluted the world forever with. Here's the paper, Polychlorinated Bipheноls, Roots of Exposure and Effects on Human Health. Now, the dark Davos secret. Escort services are completely booked as WEF begins. Did you know that this is nothing more than a gluttonous weekend where billionaires pay for hookers, $20,000 meals, and basically just yam it up, increasing their carbon footprint ever more. The 54th annual gathering of the World Economic Forum begins today. Today in the small alpine resort town of Davos. The invitation-only meeting brings nearly together 2,800 leaders from 120 countries together to discuss the world's most pressing topics, including the best hookers, apparently. All the links will be below. Hidden shipwreck revealed by Lake Erie's extremely low water levels. It's not because the water levels are low. It's because high winds push the water away from a particular shoreline, exposing the bottom. And in doing so, exposing some cannons and a shipwreck. Pretty fantastic. And a slightly rare event happening on a decadal scale. But how do you like them apples? It's not just you. YouTube is slowing down your PC if you have ad block installed by making your CPU sweat. And so maybe you need to disable your ad blocker when you're watching YouTube if you get that little spinny thing. Plasma shields becoming a reality according to China. Are they beating us at the space race and the technology game? Perhaps. According to a news source in China, scientists have developed advanced plasma shields to protect their drones and other high-end military tech from outside threats. The shield is said to utilize complex energy fields to resist harmful microwaves, which may seek to penetrate the advanced electronics, marking a massive leap in the aerial arms race. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned and we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, and be safe. We love you. And that is a boom.